The checksum in the IP must be recomputed at every router, which means we are going to recompute the checksum at every router because of the change in dash fields. So why are we actually recomputing it, at every router the checksum is? Definitely one of the fields is going to change, which is time to live. So time to live is going to be decremented at every router, and that is the reason it changes, and so the checksum has to be changed, because at the sender in the original calculation we actually included some value for the time to live, and on its way time to live is going to continuously change. That is why we should change it. So yes, time to live is going to change. That is why we are going to check the checksum. Along with this, some other factors might change. So what are the various factors that might change is options might change. In the case if you have set the options, yes, options might change, and identification number might change, and then offset might change, fragment offset. Therefore all of these can change. That is why we want to change it. Now if you look at the next one, options and datagram length. Yes, datagram length also can change, as well as offset. So actually identification number is not going to change, sorry for that. Identification number is not going to change, therefore this is not the option. And look at the option B, time to live is going to change, options are going to change, datagram length is going to change. The reason is, when you break a big datagram into small fragments, the fragments length is going to change, obviously, right? And offset. Along with this, even one more factor is also going to change. If options are going to change, then obviously header length is also going to change, isn't it? So this also has to be included for the complete answer. Therefore B is the answer. Now look at C, time to live changes, options changes, but data doesn't change at the router, so it is not right. And time to live changes, option D is time to live changes, header length changes, offset changes, and what is this TOS? Type of service. Type of service is not going to change, right? Therefore option is B, because here identification number is added, here data is added, here type of service is added. Next one is TCP protects itself from misdelivery by IP with the help of dash. So we discussed that at the TCP, the header checksum, while calculating it uses TCP header, TCP data, as well as IP header. It is again going to include IP header in the calculation of this checksum, so that by mistake, if the packet is delivered wrongly by IP, we are going to do one more cross checking. Therefore how are we going to do that? By using pseudo header. Pseudo header is the answer, not just this source IP address or destination IP address. We are going to use the pseudo header. And what is pseudo header? If you remember it, it contains source IP address, destination IP address, length, and protocol, right? All these fields. So pseudo IP header is going to be used. And please refer to the topic of TCP checksum. Next one is, how many TCP connections can be opened between two ports? Between two ports, only one connection can be opened. You cannot open multiple connections or zero connections. So between two ports, only one is possible. If the value of fragment offset field in a IP header is 100. So what does fragment offset field specify? The number of bytes which are ahead of this particular fragment, but then it is a scaled down version. Whatever is given, you have to multiply with 8. Then what does it mean? Then how many bytes are ahead of this fragment? If it is given as 100, then 800 bytes are ahead of this fragment, right?